Curating an exhibition takes different forms on each occasion. So sometimes a gallery will work with a guest curator where there's expertise brought in from outside. Quite often it will be a curator who leads an exhibition in-house, working with a team of other experts drawn from within the gallery.
Yeah, I don't think people necessarily know what people do to curate a show, how you put a show on, and there are lots and lots of different stages, and they involve lots and lots of different people, so it's usually a big team of people working together. The curator is one part of that, often the first part, coming up with the ideas, coming up with what's the show going to be about, and then what's it going to include, and how do you go about choosing your objects and those sorts of things. So first of all, it's research, thinking, what do I want my show to be about, and what are the right things that are going to tell that story to the public.
It begins with an idea, usually from the curator, me, where we propose an exhibition, and we have to persuade colleagues, we have to convince them that it's worth doing, and we have to give reasons why it's important to do a particular exhibition of an artist's work, or for example a particular theme.
We try to have a balanced programme where we're looking across the periods that the gallery covers, so from historic to contemporary, but also looking across media, so whether it's paintings, photographs, multimedia, what the themes are, and what we try to do over a sort of 3-year period is to balance that programme out, because we can't achieve everything in 1 year. But essentially you start with the idea, and if it captivates us, if we think it's interesting, there's something different, if there's new research, then that's what interests us.
There are lots and lots of different elements of putting a show together, but the idea of pulling your material together first of all, thinking about why choose this image and not that image. And some of the most exciting things I've done in the past have been including more quirky things, thinking about what is it that's going to explain to the public a particular idea, and sometimes it's something less academic and something easier for people to understand immediately.
For each exhibition, we're likely to need to borrow from other people, and that could be in this country and it could be overseas. So the curator will come up with a list for us of key loans as a first stage, without which we feel we can't do the exhibition. So you focus on those first of all, but a longer list will follow. And in the sort of early assessment of an exhibition, of whether it's viable, what it's going to cost, we will be looking at where things are coming from.
We do lend out constantly. We do get requests from all over the world, principally because this is really a British history collection. It tends to be mainly from the UK. The way we decide is, what is the purpose, why do they want that particular work for that particular exhibition or that particular display? Is it promised to someone else? Is it being used here? What state of conservation is it in? Can it withstand a long, rather taxing journey to Japan and back in the course of 3 months? That's basically what we're looking to, what we're looking for. It's, why do you want it, and can it stand the strain?
We have to understand the history of the object, what the fabricator meant the object to be, and what history that object's gone through before it comes to you to repair or clean. I mean, you really need to do a little bit of research before you undertake any cleaning, and you need to know what there is on the surface, so that's why the science comes in.
What we do, I'm not very fond of it, it's like murdering paintings. You stab them where there's a damaged bit, and you get a tiny, tiny, tiny microscopic flake of paint. You set it in resin, and then you can look at it under that microscope, and you can see the layers of paint. It helps you not do the wrong thing. It's really to prevent mistakes.
When I go and see other exhibitions elsewhere, I'm trying sometimes not to think about my job. I'm trying to enjoy the exhibition for what it is. But inevitably, I am thinking about how the idea of that exhibition is communicated to me, how they've installed it, what the design is, because one can learn an awful lot from seeing exhibitions elsewhere to think about creatively how that would work perhaps for us. But as much as I'm thinking about what I like about it, what's interesting and challenging and different about it, I'm also thinking about what I might not like about it and what I can learn from that.